If, you know, had another experience where there was an attending surgeon.
Yeah.
You couldn't speak to him as the medical student. You were not allowed to talk to him. If you had a question, you had to ask the resident. And if the resident deemed it worthy to be passed on to the attending physician, right?
Yeah.
This is within this century, right?
Is it a portion of like, do you ever graduate from this abusive position? Is it hazing and then it becomes brotherhood ever? Or is
I think if you stay in the institution, right?
Yeah.
If you stay in the institution, possibly. I mean, I didn't stay.
I'm just like, from an outsider,
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, just thinking about this,
Yeah.
where I'm like, there are so many instances of abuse in our culture that I think we've
Yes.
exposed
Right.
over the last 10 years
Yeah.
even, that are some of that, where we're like, yeah, that was never okay.
Right.
Like,
Yes.
but there was a brotherhood that led people to be like, no, it's
Yeah.
fine, we all did it. We all went through those years. Like, but there also has been a lot of abuse exposed in our culture,
Right.
in a lot of industries, where we're all just like, yeah, that's not okay.
Yes.
And it's never been okay, and it shouldn't, and it didn't ever pan to something else
Right.
either. Like, why did we stay here so long?
I think there was some element of a hazing and graduation into the
From that,
fraternity,
yeah.
right? But there also was an element that was just people abusing their power.
Yeah.
And I think there probably still is.
Because
right?
they had finally made it to the point where they had power,
They have
so
power,
they got
right?
to abuse.
And I will also say exactly that. It is a cycle of abuse thing, right? Almost undoubtedly, those people were abused going through their
Sure.
education. And as soon as they got in a position where they could hand down a beating, right, they decided to do the same
Yeah.
thing to the people below them,
Yeah.
who then did this. And I would say it also becomes a self-selecting thing, right?
Yeah.
Because when you're in an environment that is like that, some personality types are like, I'm out of here.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Weeds
I'm leaving as soon as I can. It begins to self-select, right, for the people that can tolerate that environment, who whether they like it or can tolerate it, who then perpetuate it.
Right.
Because for them, it's like, well, it's worth passing through all this so that I can, you know, put my name up in the stars with the other stars of this
Right.
academic institution, right? I want to be there too. So you select out for the people that don't like that, and you select in for the people that like or tolerate it, who then
Right.
perpetuate it to the next generation, who
Right.
then do the same thing, right?
Yeah.
This process keeps going through the generations. And then what it produces, and the most pernicious part of it, is it produces people that their best skill is hiding their weaknesses.